Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 10 things you cannot do in space. Yeah, space reactions are back again. I'm wanting to do more, and things you can't do in space, I don't really know what to think about. I mean, I've watched those videos of people in a space station doing certain things, like you can't take food, you can't take fresh food to space. I guess that's a thing you cannot do, but I think it's going to be more about like certain actions maybe. I don't know, maybe it's just about eating things or jumping. I don't really know what to expect, but I feel like it would be quite a fun like topic to react to. And I mean, I just love doing space videos, like I've already said. But yeah, links are in the description to my Instagram and my Twitter for those who want to follow me. Same for my Patreon if you want extra reactions that I can't post to YouTube, or just extra reactions that you want to see. Links are in the description for that. I'm posting another video today, so yeah, if you're interested in that, the links are all there for any of those things. But let's check this video out and let's see the things you can't do in space.
Space is so mysterious that even now, we don't know much about it, other than a few things you cannot do there. Welcome to our channel, and today we'll be taking a look at the 10 things you definitely cannot do in space.
I still can't get over this, man. I've never done a reaction to it, and I know a lot of YouTubers do, but I have seen this before, and it just blows my mind. But this is the Red Bull jump, right? I think it is.
Make sure to stay until the end of our video to learn all about these things you shouldn't do in space. And also subscribe to our channel for more great content like today. 10th place, sleep.
You think getting a good night's sleep is tough? Try doing it in outer space.
Yeah, it's weird. Obviously, we lay down when we sleep. Or I say we. On Earth, you lay down when you sleep. On a bed or whatever it is. In space, you stand up. But I don't know if because there's no gravity, or the gravity is just so messed up. I guess there's no gravity. You still have that. You have the feeling that you're like laying down. Like gravity gives us the think. Like when we're laying down, it just sort of gives us the idea of being able to sleep. But maybe in space, you don't need the gravity to do that. But at the same time, I might be completely wrong.
Kids ask like, how do you sleep? Because we go around the Earth 16 times a day, and so you know, what do you wake up and get up and get down 16 times? No.
Being an astronaut isn't easy. It's a tiring job, and you would probably like to rest after a long day flying in space's orbit. With gravity holding you down on Earth, sleeping isn't really very difficult. The problem's when you're in space's orbit. The low gravity is one major difference. Lying down no longer makes any sense, for example, as there is no down.
Some people like to tie themselves, but I actually don't. I really like to just float when I'm sleeping, so that's really it. I would turn the light off and...
That's so weird.
Our normal sleeping patterns are disrupted by the lack of feedback from our body's posture during cycles of rest and activity. In fact, astronauts have to take steps to ensure they don't float around while sleeping in space. They tie themselves into sleeping bags. In order to sleep well, our core body temperature needs to cool, which is also extremely difficult when, again, there is no down. Even something as natural as resting is quite difficult when you're up there in space. 9th place,
God
crying.
damn, that would be hell, man. That would be absolute hell, just the struggles of sleeping.
Humans cry when they feel sad or they feel overjoyed. Sometimes it might just be an allergy or something that actually got into your eye.
because the tears would just come out.
However, astronauts don't have that alternative open to them. Astronauts can laugh in space as normal, but crying is quite different without gravity. When asked if he could cry in space, Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield answered, "Can you cry in space? Your eyes make tears, but they stick as a liquid ball. In fact, they sting a bit."
Just as if I started crying, my eye is full of tears. But you can see it just forms a ball on my eye.
That's so weird,
in fact,
man.
I can put more water in. And so if you keep crying, you just end up with a bigger and
That is so strange, man. That is so strange.
bigger ball of water in your eye.
So, space tears don't
Makes me cringe because I don't like getting water in my eyes. My eyes get really fucking sensitive about it. So the fact that he's dealing with this is like he is, and he's a true champ, you know, because just yeah, water in your eyes is not a nice feeling.
Unless they literally wipe the water away with their hands, tears in space can form a giant clump, turning into a realistic ball of tears that flies around. Definitely really weird. 8th place, eating bread.
That is strange.
Eating
What?
bread is a normal activity for most of us humans. We eat sandwiches, hamburgers, and even that super healthy yet still delicious avocado toast. But that's when we're down here on planet Earth and enjoying our normal gravity's effect on our food.
I'm so confused.
In space, the rules of the game change completely. Similar to the difficulty zero gravity causes to sleep, eating bread is almost impossible in space. Crumbs from bread, crackers, cookies, etc. don't do well in space. They float around and can fly into an astronaut's eyes and interfere with important equipment. That's why you'll find tortillas used instead of bread on all crafts traveling out of orbit. Crumb-free bread would be a great alternative if it could be implemented in space travel, though.
That is so weird.
Coffee.
Just how he's making his food there. It's just so weird how it's just floating about.
7th place, coffee. Many people can't really start their
Tortillas are good though. I do like a tortilla. I'm not gonna lie.
day without a hot cup of coffee. But in space, astronauts have found other ways to begin their admittedly not very bright mornings. That's because water's an important ingredient in coffee.
Wait, drinking water must be so weird in space. I've just really clocked it because obviously it clumps up and it just turns into like this floating thing. Do you still get the sensation of when you're drinking it, does it still like satisfy or does it just all get swallowed down like sort of like jelly in a sense?
Though pouring coffee grounds into boiling water while under the influence of zero gravity is extremely dangerous. That's why a special espresso machine that uses capsules of coffee grounds was developed for orbiting astronauts. 6th place, using the restroom.
Smart.
Welcome to the toilet.
Oh my gosh, shitting in space. It's just gonna go back in your ass. It's just gonna go back in your asshole. What?
The International Space
Oh, pissing as well. Oh god, what is happening there?
Station.
I've never even thought about this.
Using the restroom is extremely difficult in space, so much that astronauts are required to complete a toilet training program. There are 2 different bathroom mechanisms, each designed for a specific bodily function. When nature calls, astronauts use a specially designed toilet seat for solid waste and a liquid waste vacuum tube with different sized funnels for men and women.
Most of us actually prefer to lift this one as well and use directly the opening that goes into the bag. And in fact, there is a bag in there. It looks like this. And when we are done with our business, we close the bag and we push it down into the solid waste container. And then, of course, as a courtesy to the next person, we put a new fresh bag inside.
So,
where does the bag go out? Does it just float into space?
What do you think of these things you cannot do in space so far? Let us know what you think in the comments. Also, make sure to stay until the end to learn about the remaining things you cannot do in space. You'll be shocked to learn what's at the bottom of our list. 5th place, alcohol. More than something you can't do in space, this is something most spaceflight corporations prohibit you from doing. A funny story is that in 1972, alcohol was on the menu for the Skylab 4 mission. However, many people found out about this and even sent angry letters to NASA about bringing alcohol to a spaceflight. Astronaut Edward G. Gibson said in his letter that astronauts represent a form of purity, and as soon as that purity is tainted with alcohol, people really get upset. Alcoholic drinks are generally disallowed in spaceflight, but space agencies have previously allowed its consumption. NASA has
it makes sense. You're there for a mission. You're there to like sort of get stuff done. I guess drinking alcohol would just sort of slow it all down, you know.
Stricter about alcohol consumption than the Roscosmos, both according to regulations and in practice. Astronauts and cosmonauts are restricted from being intoxicated at launch for very obvious reasons. If driving a car while drunk is bad, imagine a rocket or a spaceship. So yes, alcohol's a big no-no for space travel. 4th place, shaving.
Not a surprise.
Yes, as we do on Earth, astronauts also grow hair in many of their body parts. However, unlike we do, astronauts have quite a difficult time shaving these annoying hairs. Both female and male astronauts shave in space and are provided with either an electric razor or a disposable razor. Most astronauts choose electric razors because of the scarcity of running water on the ISS. Most male astronauts choose to keep their hair short while on board the ISS to avoid any complications with zero gravity. They definitely do not want to see hairs floating around and ending up somewhere they shouldn't. In order to get a haircut, astronauts use a hair shaver attached to a vacuum that sucks up all the hair trimmings. Now that we have arrived to our top 3, get ready to learn all about the 3 most difficult things to actually do in space.
That's so weird to watch.
Brushing your teeth. You know something's difficult to do in space when there are even video tutorials available on YouTube titled How to Brush Your Teeth in Space. Considering that only 600 people or even less have actually been to space, this tutorial isn't really helpful for most people, to be honest. Anyway, brushing your teeth in space is extremely hard. Here's the process in great detail. First, the astronaut attaches their toothpaste tube to a nearby wall. With the toothbrush in one hand and the drink pouch in the other, they squeeze a small bead of water from the pouch while simultaneously gliding their toothbrush over it. The toothbrush will instantly suck up the water. Then the astronaut takes their toothpaste and repeats the same process. They will brush their teeth like usual. Once they are done, all they have to do is squeeze some water over.
Thing is, like, when I brush my teeth, it's a mess, man. I get it all over my hands. Like, I'm not a clean toothbrusher. I'm not good at it, so I would not be good in spaces. I guess the more mess you make, the worse it's gonna be.
Their brush and wipe it off with a towel to clean it. Then they can pack up their things and get on with their day. Second place, veggies. Not many people enjoy vegetables, though they have recently gained a lot of popularity due to plant-based diets. However, in space, vegetables such as spinach have to go in vacuum-sealed packaging. That's because astronauts attach vegetables to a water distributor and fill the bag until it transforms the brick of spinach into textured food.
Wait, really?
You've probably already seen that before in memes or even in space theme parks. But the thing about space food coming packaged like that is quite real. However, astronauts really enjoy gardening because it reminds them of life on Earth.
Wait, they garden in the space station? How come I've never known this? What?
They enjoy tending and watering the vegetables and getting them to germinate. Fresh food is so attractive to astronauts that they celebrated with salad when they were able to cultivate a few lettuce heads on the International Space Station 3 years ago. In 2021, scientists hope to grow beans in space in high-tech planters, developed at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology.
Wow.
So yes, in the future, we will have realistic and functional space farms at our disposal.
That's pretty wild, man.
First place, washing your hands and cleaning. Similar to brushing your teeth, even something as simple as washing your hands can be quite difficult to successfully do when in space. On the ISS, astronauts do not shower, but rather use liquid soap, water, and rinseless shampoo. They squeeze liquid soap and water from pouches onto their skin. Then they use rinseless soap with a little water to clean their hair.
Yeah, like showering and stuff, obviously you can't do that. Like, oh my god, it must be such a chore just to wash, man. I like to feel fresh, but like in space, it's not like that, man. It's like the other, like it's just like cleaning is just gonna be. I guess you have to do it so like rarely because obviously there's a water scarcity and all this kind of stuff. Plus, it's probably just such a chore to do.
They use towels to wipe off the excess water. And if you're wondering how they manage to clean the ISS, they use liquid detergent, disposable plastic gloves, multi-purpose wiping cloths, and a vacuum cleaner for cleaning. To clean, they spray the detergent, wipe with the cloth, and vacuum the dust. When washing with the detergent, they wear disposable gloves. So, what do you think of these normal things we can do on Earth but are unable to do in space? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to leave our video a like.
I wish this video was longer, man. I could have watched this for hours upon hours, man. I love this kind of stuff. But yeah, what scares me about space is the darkness. Yeah, I wouldn't like to go to space, but if there's more stuff like this out on YouTube, I would love to see it. I don't think there would be, but if there is, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to do so. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.